Zachary David Alexander Efron, better known to the world as Zac Efron, is more than just a Hollywood heartthrob. His journey from a small-town boy in California to an international star is a tale of discipline, fame, pressure, transformation, and relentless reinvention. For more than 2 decades, Efron has evolved in front of our eyes from Disney Channel's Golden Boy to a multi-dimensional actor and global cultural figure. But behind the polished public image lies a deeply human story, full of triumphs and trials that shaped the man he is today. Born on October 18, 1987, in San Luis Obispo, California, and raised in the nearby town of Arroyo Grande, Zac Efron grew up in a working-class family that valued education, effort, and humility. His father, David Efron, worked as an electrical engineer at a power plant, while his mother, Starla Basket, served as a secretary at the same facility. Together, they instilled in Zac and his younger brother Dylan a strong sense of focus and the belief that with hard work, anything was possible. Zac was academically inclined as a child, earning high grades and displaying a natural curiosity for learning. But it was music and performance that truly stirred something within him. At the age of 11, his father encouraged him to pursue acting after noticing his talent for impersonations and comedic timing. Zac joined his school's theater group and began appearing in local stage productions, including Gypsy, Peter Pan, and The Music Man. By his early teens, Zac's passion for performing was undeniable. He took singing lessons, enrolled in dance classes, and studied acting seriously. His commitment and charisma led him to a talent agent, and soon he was making trips to Los Angeles for auditions. Unlike many child actors who were pushed by overbearing parents, Zac's interest was self-driven. His parents supported him, but made sure he remained grounded. After appearing in guest roles on TV shows like ER, Firefly, and CSI Miami, Zac got his first recurring role in 2004 as Cameron Bale on the WB series Summerland. The show, though short-lived, gave Efron a chance to display his acting chops, and it wasn't long before Disney took notice. What happened next would forever change his life. In 2006, Zac was cast as Troy Bolton in High School Musical, a Disney Channel original movie intended for young audiences. No one anticipated what a cultural behemoth the film would become. High School Musical premiered to record-breaking ratings and quickly turned Zac into a teen icon. His portrayal of Troy, a basketball captain who dares to sing and fall in love, resonated deeply with young viewers. The film's success was so massive it spawned 2 sequels, concert tour, merchandise empires, and a devoted global fanbase. Suddenly, Zac was everywhere on magazine covers, late-night talk shows, and red carpets. His face adorned posters in bedrooms across the world. But as he later admitted, the sudden explosion of fame was overwhelming. He felt trapped in an image, always under pressure to maintain a squeaky clean persona, with every word, outfit, and move scrutinized. As the High School Musical trilogy concluded in 2008, Zac sought to break away from his Disney mold. He turned down offers that perpetuated the teen idol narrative, and instead pursued roles that showcased range and maturity. His performance in Me and Orson Welles' 2009, directed by Richard Linklater, was a significant step in that direction, earning praise for his restraint and poise. Yet it wasn't easy to shift public perception. For years, casting directors saw him as the singing, dancing high schooler. Zac knew he had to prove himself, and that meant taking creative risks. He followed up with Charlie Sint, Cloud 2010, a supernatural drama that allowed him to explore grief and emotional depth. Though the film was met with mixed reviews, his performance signaled his commitment to evolving as an actor. Privately, Zac was battling mounting personal struggles. The pressure to maintain a flawless public image had taken its toll. In interviews years later, he confessed that anxiety, insomnia, and self-doubt had pushed him toward substance abuse. By 2013, he had entered rehab quietly. He didn't go public with his addiction until much later, choosing instead to do the work privately and focus on healing. That same year, he got into a physical altercation in Los Angeles that made tabloid headlines. The incident was a wake-up call. Zac recommitted himself to sobriety and therapy, surrounding himself with a healthier support system and cutting ties with toxic influences. It marked a turning point in his life. Professionally, Efron's comeback was as strategic as it was sincere. In 2014, he starred in the raunchy comedy Neighbors, playing opposite Seth Rogen. The film was a commercial and critical success, and audiences loved seeing Zac poke fun at his own image. He continued this comedic streak with Dirty Grandpa 2016, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates 2016, and Baywatch 2017, fully embracing absurdity while building credibility as a comedic actor. But Zac never strayed too far from drama. In 2017, he starred in The Greatest Showman. Alongside Hugh Jackman, as Philip Carlyle, he performed complex choreography and sang duets like Rewrite the Stars with Zendaya, reigniting his musical roots. The film became a cultural juggernaut, and the soundtrack topped global charts, proving that Zac could still captivate musically. In 2019, he took on perhaps his most shocking role, yet portraying serial killer Ted Bundy in Extremely Wicked, shockingly evil and vile. It was a risky role that required Zac to balance charm and menace. The performance was divisive, but undeniably powerful. Critics were surprised by his range, and audiences began to see him not just as a former teen idol, but as an actor willing to explore uncomfortable, complex territory. Zac's personal transformation was also underway. After spending years in the high-octane chaos of Los Angeles, he sought simplicity and balance. He moved to Byron Bay, Australia, a coastal paradise known for its relaxed lifestyle and natural beauty. There he embraced outdoor living, surfing, hiking, and wellness. He also began working on Down to Earth with Zac Efron, a Netflix travel docuseries exploring sustainability, health, and global culture. Released in 2020, Down to Earth showed a different side of Zac, introspective, curious, and compassionate. It was the furthest thing from Hollywood glitz. Traveling to Costa Rica, Iceland, Peru, and France, he spoke with scientists, farmers, and spiritual leaders about how to live better on a planet in crisis. The series was a massive hit and earned an Emmy Award in 2021, further redefining his public image. In interviews, Zac opened up about his struggles with body image, particularly during his Baywatch training, where he maintained an impossibly shredded physique through intense dieting and overtraining. He admitted that trying to look perfect nearly destroyed his mental health, offering a rare, vulnerable insight into the toll Hollywood expectations can take. Zac's transparency was lauded as brave. In a culture where male actors are often expected to stay silent about emotional pain, his openness inspired fans and helped spark conversations about masculinity, vulnerability, and mental wellness. In 2023, Zac stunned audiences once again in The Iron Claw, a biographical sports drama based on the tragic story of the Von Erich wrestling family. He portrayed Kevin Von Erich, undergoing a dramatic physical transformation and delivering a performance marked by quiet intensity and heartbreaking pathos. The film was critically acclaimed and praised for its emotional weight. Zac's performance, in particular, was considered a career best. The Iron Claw signified more than just another acting achievement. It marked Zac's arrival as a fully mature, seasoned performer who had earned every ounce of respect he now commands in the industry. No longer typecast or underestimated, he had crossed into a new era. Away from the camera, Zac has launched his own production company, Ninjas Runnin' Wild, which develops both film and TV projects. He's also committed to environmental causes, frequently collaborating with eco-conscious brands and nonprofits. His life now is as much about meaning as it is about performance. Despite his fame, Zac has remained relatively private about his relationships. Over the years, he's been linked to several women, including Vanessa Hudgens, Sami Miro, and Australian model Vanessa Valadares, but he has made it clear that his focus has been on personal growth and professional evolution rather than tabloid romance. Today, Zac Efron stands as a symbol of reinvention. He didn't let the fame of his youth define him. He didn't let addiction derail him. He turned inward, evolved, and came back stronger, choosing authenticity over perfection and purpose over performance. He's a star who's been to the top, fallen to the bottom, and climbed back with grit and grace. He continues to challenge himself creatively, physically and emotionally, and he does so not for the spotlight, but because he's always seeking truth both in his roles and in his life. Zac Efron's story isn't just one of Hollywood, it's a story of humanity, of searching, struggling, stumbling, and ultimately standing tall, not because you never fell, but because you chose to rise again.